Welcome back, folks. It's 22 minutes past 7 o'clock, and we want to talk about some aspects of our arts. And in this particular instance, poetry. A Trinidadian author has launched a collection of personal, vibrant poetry that takes you from Caribbean beaches to the Rocky Mountains. Audrey Maloney's book, A Bit of Splendid Things, recalls her childhood in Trinidad, her travels to Canada, her romance with the man who became her husband, and the loss of her daughter. Audrey joins us this morning to tell us about her poetry. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Hayden. Thank you so much for having me on the morning edition this morning.
You are most welcome. So tell me, your poetry in this particular collection speaks about individual and very personal experiences.
Yes, A Bit of Splendid Things, basically it's a book of poetry containing 69 pages based on actual events. If I can give an example, I live in Canada 6 months during the year. My husband is Canadian, and last year we were caught up in a tornado, and we had to run for shelter. And you know, Trini, we're not used to these type of weather. So I have a poem called Yorktown Tornado. Basically, I wrote A Bit of Splendid Things for 3 reasons. To honor my God. He has been my rock. He has opened doors for me that I never knew existed. I wrote to keep my daughter memory alive. My daughter passed away in 2013 from nasopharyngeal carcinoma, vicious head and neck cancer, and she inspired me also to write these poems in this book. I wrote for my country. Despite the challenges Trinidad and Tobago is facing right now, I want the world to know that Trinidad and Tobago is still a wonderful place to live. When I started this dream, I sent out samples to my local publishers and editors without response. So I decided to go online, and I was amazed when Olympia Publishers responded to me. By the grace of God, A Bit of Splendid Things now can be found in all the leading bookstores worldwide. Barnes & Noble, Indigo, Bronx Books, in the countries of the United Kingdom, Canada, USA, Australia, Belgium, Poland, in Indonesia. I'm just overwhelmed. And I just want to, I am so grateful. I can't believe it. If you type in A Bit of Splendid Things on ebay.uk, it is the top pick. And the best thing is recently, Olympia Publishers found my work worthy enough to be submitted for the T.S. Eliot Prize, which is the largest and most prestigious in the United Kingdom for new collection of poetry. Actually, it would be taking place, the shortlist, on the 14th, on Sunday, the 14th of January, 2018, at South Bank Royal Festival Hall in London. The fact that they can find my work worthy enough to be submitted, I don't even have to make the shortlist.
I want to congratulate you, on the great work and the recognition that you've received thus far. When you think back to when you first started to write, what was it that caused you to say, look, I'm just going to pick up this pen, and on this paper I'm going to transfer my thoughts, and then I'm going to share it with the world? What caused that first step?
I always liked poetry, and I had poetry dated back, and folks would tell me, you know, you should do something with your writings, but it was my daughter who gave me the inspiration, because she found out when she was 18 years old doing her A-levels at St. Joseph Convent, she was diagnosed with nasopharyngeal carcinoma. She died in my arms in 2013 at the Eric Williams Medical Complex, and I had to find a way to preserve her memory. Shanice Maloney. I have a poem about her in that book as well. So I think that my daughter, she was the one who gave me the inspiration to do this book.
Fantastic. Are you going to share with us some of your poetry? I think
I have 2 poems.
So tell me the first one.
The first one is honoring my country. It's called Twin Island in the Sun. And when, in order to reach the shortlistings, these poets from United Kingdom, they will be reading about Trinidad and Tobago. And they would like it. I hope the viewers, I hope that you like it.
Twin Island in the Sun.
Majestic Trinidad and Tobago, your sweet spirit travels with me wherever I go. Cannot leave you, no matter how hard I try. Let me give you a little taste that may explain why. Come eat my curry crab and cassava dumpling. Delicious callaloo we make every Sunday morning. Seasoned nicely, cooked with coconut milk, okra, and pumpkin. That yummy pilau and that tasty breadfruit oil dong. When that pot starts to bubble, you will come around. Fried bacon shark and double stew. Not forgetting our tasty steamed fish and cuckoo. Get that curry chicken roti, tamarind sauce with your pylori. Curried goat bust up shot that you eat with your hands as you sit and enjoy the rhythm from those steel pan bands. My twin island within the Caribbean Sea is formed by different races I can name briefly, mostly Africans as a result of slavery. Then we have Chinese, Syrians, French Creole, East Indians, and even Spanish, where people are so warm and friendly, if you're clannish, it's better you vanish. Home of calypso music, soca, Indian tassa, and the steel pan, where every creed and race find an equal place, so proud to be a Trinbagonian. This beautiful twin island of my birth, also known to hold some of the greatest shows on earth. Foreigners travel from all over the world to enjoy the stories that are being told by talented calypsonians standing in a row, David Rudder, Mighty Sparrow, Dilamo, and Croco. Now them fellas can sing for so. We have one man named Gypsy and the Blind Lingo. I'll make a bet anywhere you go. People will tell you those two men could really extempo. All these things makes my heart feel glad to belong to Tobago and Trinidad. The Twin Island on spoiled Tobago is a place where the coconut and palm trees grow. My little sister island, so I've been told, have some of the most beautiful beaches there in the world. Well, if you could put yourself in the right place, you could even experience a goat and crab in a race. Eco-tourist destination, visit the rainforest and the plantation. Then when the evening gets really cool, take that boat ride to the Bucco Reef and the Nyland Pool. As you take in those beautiful corals, images that last, you get to view them from the boat floor made out of glass. Many colorful reefs and colorful fishes. Beautiful sea on top, you can even go under. Foreigners term it an unbelievable wonder. Based on these facts, I'm sure you'll agree that I come from a splendorous TNT, where the waters of the blue Caribbean Sea meets the cool waters of the Atlantic Ocean, basically. While Trinidad is the most wealthy Caribbean place, Tobago's unspoiled beauty you cannot erase. As I close, I hope you did understand and have fun when you come visit the Twin Island in the sun. And these are the pictures here.
And you have some pictures there as well. The Twin Island in the sun. Audrey Maloney, I want to thank you so much. I think this is great work that you're doing. I want to congratulate you on the fact that you have been able to bring this up together and get the support required. But there's a very important question that I need you to answer for me. You are new in this art of writing and so on.
First-time author.
You're a first-time author. You have been inspired by a lot of life's events. When it comes to the task of putting your thoughts to paper and crafting these images, many a young writer may find it difficult to dedicate the time to do this because of all the pressures of life. You're out there struggling to make a living. Where do you find the time to sit down and craft these beautiful words? What inspiration, what would you tell young writers about doing their writing, pursuing their writing?
I will tell them to take the time out for it. It took me a while now. I had written a book 15 years ago, and it was, the name of the book is Women's Worst Enemy. It was a self-help book, Women's Worst Enemy Themselves, How to Prevent a Harmful Destiny. But when I took it to the culture and gender, they find that I was too harsh on women. I said, but look, there's a how to, you know, and they didn't do anything about it, and it's there left back. But this time I said, no, I'm going to do these poems. I find the time when I'm doing my walks. I go to Lady Chancellor and I do my walks, and I am inspired, and I carry a paper and a pen and I do my writings. And I will tell anyone who is interested to go ahead and to, because it's beautiful to be able to express yourself
Yes.
in writing, and that's a gift
Yes.
from God.
Yes, indeed it is. And really and truly, you are blessed with that gift.
Thank you so much.
And I hope that you have in the works another collection.
Yeah, well, I want to do short stories in the future, because people tell me that my poems are very telling, like the one that I'm going to do, which is Good Old Banff, and that is the first poem in the book. And yeah, so I think short stories is...
You know what's interesting about doing short stories? I mean, we were just earlier we were talking about local content for the reinvigorated, reincarnated TTT. And if you can get a producer, a director, a film producer and film director to look at your local stories, even some of your poetry, and translate that into film.
Chad, my cousin Chad Culpepper, he was telling me about that, but because I have a contract with Olympia,
Right.
we have to get permission from them.
Yes.
But what you say is exactly what he was telling me, that we can, this is incredible. He would be amazed, because we had that meeting.
And that's fantastic, because it's exactly that kind of local content that we need to really look at ourselves and be introspective and really determine, you know, where we can go from here.
That's
and I want to congratulate you as a young writer.
Thank you so much.
It's really inspiring poetry. You have a second one, but I wonder if you could just read maybe one stanza
Sure.
of it.
Yes, because
we're running short of
yeah,
time.
I know that.
So the title of the second one, so
It's
the first
the
one was Twin Islands in the Sun.
Sun, yes.
And the title of the second one
It's Good Old Banff.
Good Old
Banff, based
Banff.
on when I went to that part of Canada, which is one of the most beautiful places on earth to visit.
Yes.
And it blew me away, so I had to do a poem on it.
All right,
So I'll just give you a little part.
Give me a quick part there.
Yeah. Good Old Banff, and it goes like this. How is it possible to be an atheist? Is there by chance something that we have missed? For in all of my travels, to put it simply, have not seen anything like Banff. Astounded entering this part of Canada, greeted by sights never seen before. The Lord welcomed us with his greatness. All I could think was, Tiamo. Mountains that touch the skies, have mercy. I mean, how great thou art. I've heard of you for many years. To be here just warms my heart. That's good.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
Audrey
much.
Maloney, new writer, new poet on the scene, and she has had great success.
Yeah.
So you can find her poetry
A
in
bit of splendid things.
A
Just
Bit of
type in.
Splendid Things in all of the leading bookstores.
And the websites.
And you can go online as well.
Online, yeah, you can
Yes.
purchase online, Amazon, Olympia.
Yeah.
It's about over 20-something different international websites.
Fantastic. A
Yeah.
Bit of Splendid Things. Just look for it, search for it, and it'll be there for your taking. Okay, folks, we got to run. We're going to the next item on our agenda. We'll be back after this.